G'day. Purpose of this video is to show you some basic functionality in Excel. Excel is a very powerful calculator. For a simplistic example, it allows you to put in information and have the cells calculate that information for you. In order to understand how to use it, we have to explain the parts. Right now, I'm clicking on cell A1. Okay, you label cells based on the fact that where the cell is the intersection between a column. In this case, if I was on B2, the intersection would be column B and row 2. Okay, think of a cell as an intersection between two rows. Okay. Now again, you might be looking at this and going, well, that's not a lot of room for me to enter in my data. Let's say I wanted to stick in a word. Let's say a team name. Let's say something like that. So I wanted to say the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay. Well, that goes beyond. Okay. But Excel gives you an option where you can click on the edge and drag, and so you can make that the size of the information in your cell. Something else Excel allows is for you to put in formulas. So I'm going to enter in a formula, okay? And I can do it one of two ways. I can just type it and it'll go in there. Or I can actually go into my formula bar and enter it in here, okay? And so I'm going to type in a formula. I'm going to say, let's say I want to add the information in C3 and D3 and have the sum, the total of that, show in B3. So I'm going to put C3 plus D3, enter. Okay, and if I go back, it'll show me my formulas. Okay, or better yet, I can just click on formulas and say, hey, show me my formulas, and it'll show those formulas for me. And I click again on it to exit that. So if I stick in, and let's say we're gonna just, enter in some data here. So we're gonna say this is games played. We're gonna say this is wins, or maybe I should just call that wins and losses. Okay. And let's say it's the beginning of a season, so the Toronto Maple Leafs have 3 wins and 2 losses. Okay, and you'll see that it automatically enters 5 as the total of C3 and D3. Let's enter another team, the Winnipeg Jets. Okay, and let's say they've also played a number of games. So I'm going to enter in equals sum, and I can again click because I want C4. I don't necessarily need to type it. I just click on it, and it'll automatically enter C4 plus, and I click on D4, and then I press enter. Do not, when you're entering any formula data, use your mouse. Your mouse, when you're entering formula information, for the most part, is your enemy. Okay, unless you're actually clicking on a cell. Okay, so if I go, hey, I want to go to this cell. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted in there. And so you don't want to use the mouse unless you're specifically, so I'm going to go back here, I'm going to specifically click on that cell because that's what I want, and then I press enter. Okay, and then likewise, I can put in, let's say Winnipeg has 4 wins and 1 loss. Okay, and they've played 5 games as well. Let's add a final team. Let's add the Calgary Flames. Okay. And likewise, I want to put in a formula here. Wow, I have to keep entering these formulas. Is there a quicker way? Of course there's a quicker way. I can click on this, and you'll notice that when I click on a cell, okay, it'll give me, hey, do you want to copy this formula? That's what that square says. And so, yeah, sure, I want to copy it. And I know what you're going to be sitting there going, well, I don't want to know how many wins and losses Winnipeg has. I want to know how many wins and losses Calgary has. Well, notice the formula difference. Here it says, well, okay, the formula you entered was C4 plus D4. Here we're going to assume that you want C5 plus D5 because you haven't, there's a way of changing this so it'll actually say, no, in this one we also want to have C4 plus D4. Okay? And so and again, I'll show you that again. It's really simple. I click on this little square, I drag it down, and then let's say the Calgary Flames have 3 wins, and let's say they've played an extra game, so they have 3 losses. Okay? And so that's some simple functionality with Excel. Okay? And let's say I wanted to make these columns a little smaller. I can right click, go to column width. Let's say I want to make that 7. Okay, so I can change that. And there's a number of other things you can do, but I just wanted to have a simple video just showing you how to manipulate the cells within Excel just for starters. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Later.